I have made all the mistakes, benefit from that. Yeah, it's a cheat code. So Linda, haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is great. Ippei, one of the smartest guys I've met. I appreciate it. Happy to hear you guys are enjoying my rant. How would you suggest strengthening your mind really, at least for me, it comes from your ability to gain what I like to call present moment awareness. Your ability to become aware of your own thoughts, your ability to become aware of your own emotions. That comes from practice like Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. There's a bunch of other books that I've been to or I've gone through years ago, but I've always kept those kind of practice. It's almost automatic now, but understand that most human suffering happens in your mind, and it is the stories that your ego tells about itself, and it is all constructed from your past experience, and it's all made up in the present moment, and it's all fake. Understanding that you're the awareness or the consciousness that is aware of those thought patterns gives you the power, because then you understand that you're not even your thoughts or the story that you tell yourself. And then once you can begin to detach from those stories, then you can strengthen your mind, because the only reason why any of us is weak in any particular moment is you become attached to that negative thought stream and not thought patterns. They failed, or they stopped the program after 1 to 2 years, and now they're running some other software or some other thing. They don't understand how much energy it requires to sell a product on a global level. You need to be a high level marketer, but not just that, you have to run sales teams. And not just that, you almost have to get lucky over and over again. You have to constantly be on this grind, because there's going to be other high level marketers that are competing for your eyeballs. They don't understand they're getting into a race because they have these goals of wanting to make $1 million a month, $2 million a month, that they're getting into a race that it is exponentially almost impossible to win long term. A lot of these guys, they're renting an apartment that they should not be able to afford. They're renting their cars. They're creating the perception of their baller, but a lot of these guys are struggling. Like a lot of these coaches that you saw 5, 6 years ago, they're no longer nowhere to be found. Okay, some of them, the FTC's after them, they had to flee the country. I know all kinds of crazy stories like this. Debbie says, my big takeaway from your last live is how to learn to not care. If they say no or whatever, move on and not discouraged and just stop. I have to get more of a I don't give a fuck attitude to an extent. Yes. Understand too that if the reward at the end of that tunnel is great enough and you believe that it's great enough, we won't give a fuck about people rejecting us or any walls that we have to run right through. So I think this is why a lot of you guys got fired up last week, because I gave you guys the roadmap and the vision to be able to make not just a month from a client, but 3, 4, 5K a month. It's not that hard. So once you know that, then you guys know that making a cold call is nothing. If I was stuck in a 9 to 5 making $5,000 a month and I've been stuck there for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, even 5 years, do you think I would give a shit if I have to call 100, 200, let's just say 300 phone calls every day for the next 3 months to get out of that? Of course not. I would call 3 hours every day for 3 months. If you did that, and obviously you would get a client way before that, but I'm just saying, you guys know that with numbers stacked so heavily on your side, it becomes impossible to fail. When you start running these numbers in your calculation and in your mind, you can mathematically figure out the roadmap in which you can be free for the rest of your life. It is impossible to fail at a certain number in this business, especially in this business. You don't think you would have a Rolodex of contractors that are willing to pay you 10% commission? You would have dozens and dozens. And then all you have to do is just start building some map listings and some basic snap sites. You know what I'm saying?